Intro. Let's get this started. Subject to Desktop Coinbox first episode. 3DS gets a little bit fatter with the introduction of the new lock-on analog stick. Dead Island not only has terrible PC problems, but also is a little bit sexist. Minecraft Adventure 1.8 giving me more to do than build crazy structures like the Taj Mahal. Hey, it's a work in progress, man. Give me a break. And Deus Ex Human Revolution, a good game, but what the hell? I'm gonna nitpick it anyway. All this on today's episode of Desktop Coinbox. Summer's over, and as the leaves start to fall off the trees, so do the dollars in my wallet into the GameStop's register. This is the time we all love, when all those delicious games come out and we just don't have enough money to buy them all. I love the holidays, so enough talking about how poor I am. Let's get into the meat of the show, the news. Nintendo's lock-on analog stick. Well, Nintendo, you did it again. You revolutionized DLC for the gaming industry. But instead of buying pieces to one of your games, you're buying pieces to your systems. Brilliant! The new 3DS analog attachment, or as I like to call it, the 3DS... Oops, we totally forgot to add this feature originally because we rushed the system. Please don't be mad at us. Here's 20 free games. Analog attachment was revealed in Famitsu magazine the other day and showed off in the Tokyo Game Show. Let's talk about the pluses for this. Well, it's something the system needed. I always hated how some games needed a touchscreen as a control method. I would have to slap my thumb on the touchscreen, leaving behind a Cheetos Dust thumbprint. It's going to be used in the new Monster Hunter game, so good news, no more Crab Claw. Now let's talk about the glaring negatives for this. Like I said before, this was something the system needed, so why wasn't this on there in the first place? So paying $10, $20 for something that should have been on there originally will kind of suck. It's ugly. Looks like they bolted on an analog pen on a 3DS charge station, making it an even bigger target of ridicule from the other DSs. There is a rumor of a revision for the 3DS that will have the analog stick already on it, but for early adopters like me, we'll have to live with this monstrosity. Lastly, because this thing's an add-on, developers might be wary of using it as a control scheme in their games because some people might not have the attachment at all, and it could hurt sales. But I'm sure a lot of companies will use it. Unlike the Wii Fit, Wii Motion Plus, Mario Paint Mouse, Rob the Robot, Power Pad, and the Guitar Hero add-on for the Nintendo DS. Dead Island PC problems. Boy, did they screw the pooch on this one. So apparently the PC version of Dead Island released on Steam was actually not the version we were supposed to get, but the pre-release dev version, which has a lot of bugs in it, like clipping through walls and going into third-person view and running around like a monkey. But that's not all, because the dev version of the game also had a skill in the game hidden into the source code that was never supposed to see the light of day, called Feminist Whore. So to top off this PR nightmare, publisher Deep Silver issued a response apologizing for the skill, saying they're going to investigate the matter. Personally, I feel bad for the poor sap who put that in there in the first place, who probably was just using it as a quote-unquote hilarious placeholder. Because now, one of two things will happen. He'll get the axe for this, his wife will leave him for being a sexist pig, and he'll end up being that creepy bum that hassles you outside of the White Castle. Or, he'll have to see the company shrink, where he'll have to talk about his feelings and what led him down this deep dark path of being such a prankster. Rough road for you, buddy. Minecraft 1.8. We mined, we crafted, and now we get to adventure. The new Minecraft Adventure update has put the groundwork down for the game to evolve into an action RPG. The update contains new features like a hunger and XP bar, villages, and randomly generated dungeons. Although the villages aren't populated yet, they will contain quest givers, and dungeons will have boss monsters to slay. The update would also have new enemies to give you nightmares, like the Slender Men. All I have to say about this is thank God. This update has my name written all over it. See? It's right there. While mining and building flimsy structures were fun, I always say to myself, man, I wish I could use this awesome armor and this bitchin' sword I made to go fight some worthy adversaries. Was it never really required to go out of your way to build the best stuff to fight the skeleton guy that you could already beat with your iron sword? So not only does this make building armor and weapons more important, this also gives you something to do besides build colossal structures once you mine to the center of the planet's core. So with this update's release, hopefully Minecraft Adventure will give us unartistic guys goals and achievements to reach for. Deus Ex. So this game I actually didn't really like in the beginning, but I stuck it out and ended up putting its augmented claws on me with its awesome stealth and entertaining story. Kind of like how you date that slightly slow girl down the street, but you stick it out for a month, and then you figure out she's a good cook. But even though it's a good game, there are still things that annoyed me that kind of stuck out like a botched plastic surgery. So here are my top 4 nitpicks of Deus Ex. Number 4. Very minor nitpick time, the social enhancer augmentation. Well, I think the conversation wheel is probably one of the better ones by actually giving you a general idea of what is going to be said. Unlike in some other games like Witcher 2 where it's sometimes vague and you unintentionally try to bang everything that moves. The social enhancer augmentation pretty much does everything for you when the chips are down. It's literally an activation to win button. Conversation boss fights become pretty easy when you can just Jedi mind trick almost everyone. Even your freaking boss who gave you all those augmentations. You would think he would see this coming. Number 3, another minor nitpick. Guards not really caring that a room filled with all his drinking buddies have slowly been disappearing one by one. I literally tranked a guy 5 feet away, dragged his lifeless body behind a wall, and his henchman buddy turned around, took a gander at the place, and went along on his patrol. In Arkham Asylum, guys started to freak out when their coworkers started to disappear. It was freaking great! I mean, did the guy go to the other guards and say, "Hey, where's Dave? Who cares? He's a jerk anyway. I'm gonna smoke all his cigarettes." Guys, Dave left his future cell phone behind. Awesome, I'm gonna go prank his wife. This is gonna be great. Shut up, it's ringing. Hello, is your refrigerator running? Well, your husband has syphilis. Blah! Number 2, now we go to a more major nitpick, the batteries. Oh my god, the batteries. Why give me an augmentation to recharge if it only works on batteries that haven't been fully used up yet? You're constantly at 1 battery, even if you do have the augmentation. I have to scarf down power bars just to get the batteries back like I'm a fat guy on a bender after a 3-day diet. I just ate a tub of protein powder and a box of bars, and I'm full of batteries, ready to go. But those 2 guards are just standing right there. 4 takedowns later, I'm back to 1 battery, and I could really use stealth right now. And finally, number 1. Boss battles are Doom 1 difficulty. Wait. You know what? They are Wolfenstein 3D difficulty. Just circle strafe to victory and stealth when you're in trouble. Hell, the second boss on the game, I just typhooned her ass twice and sent her back to the kitchen. But despite its flaws, the game is still good and a lot of fun, so pick it up if you have the credits for it. And with that, we end this week's episode of Desktop Coinbox. So long, folks. See you around.